Glad you're here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Yankees going up against the Cincinnati Reds. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Chris, we've got an opportunity to watch one of the true superstars in the sport, Brett Myers. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. I mean, this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just a little bit away from first pitch. Today's starting pitcher, Nick Lodolo. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, he's definitely had his struggles so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
Here's Francisco Lindor. That one called a strike, and we're underway. And delivers outside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The shortstop takes the ball. Next pitch is downstairs. The lefty fires. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swings and misses. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Well, they should get some fist bumps when he gets back into the dugout, because even though he strikes out, he saw a lot of pitches and he battled. And this is a long haul where you're trying to get that pitch count up as early as possible. So gave the guys behind him an opportunity to see what's working for this pitcher or not. But I tell you what, it's a nice job right there.
And it goes just foul. 1 out, bases empty. Popped up. De La Cruz under it. Makes the grab for the second out. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. This is a ball club that can really slug. Lots of homers, lots of extra base hits. And Chris, that of course a huge part of success in the standings for this group.
Well, if you're going to be successful in today's game, you've got to be able to hit the ball over the fence. Just defensively, very hard to find the holes. And when you're talking about pitchers, coming out of the bullpen, throwing 95 and above, very difficult. It's hard to string together 2, 3, 4 hits to score those runs. So definitely critical to hit those homers, get the extra base knocks, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
2 out, space is empty. That's inside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Power is such a big part of the success that we see with the good teams in the league right now, and even in the postseason. Two outs. And down on strikes. And the Yanks go quietly. Down in order go the Yankees. And now the Reds will get their first opportunity. No score. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here with my pal Singy and today's starting pitcher, Spencer Strider. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Next
Ball,
offering is
that's down.
downstairs. And another
2-1.
ball. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. As he was out front that time. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Kicks and fires. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Hits and misses. It's a strikeout.
Oh, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base pass. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a pop-up. Chisholm moving under this one. Corrals it. And there's 2 away. Take a look at the lineup. And one to watch, of course, their 3-hole hitter, Elly De La Cruz.
Well, he's an important part of this lineup for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about it, Boog. It's somebody that they try to feed off of. He does a lot of things, very well up there at the plate. He's got a presence about him, and, he's a guy that you really kind of like to watch swing the bat.
That one lifted to left. Settles under it. He's got it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. We move to the 2nd here in Cincinnati. No score. Second inning set to go. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Lodolo back to work. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. Clips the outside corner. Strike 1. And a good eye there. Freddie Ferguson doing the umpiring duties behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Freddie's a well-respected umpire, Boog. Maybe a little bit more of a pitcher's umpire. He does like to pitch down just below the knees or right about there, but most hitters are pretty good at covering that spot these days.
Fastball for a strike. What about some no-nos? Like, you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high school, right?
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue. You better learn his name, and that's just part of being a professional player and even a major league player.
Here is Aaron Judge. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Second inning here, no score. Next offering upstairs. Two down, nobody on.
You got a full count.
And ball 4, and Judge takes his walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it.
That's the 3rd out. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Now to the bottom of the second. We're tied 0-0. Back here in Cincinnati, Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. Nobody on his team has a better batting average than he does, Siggy. Foul ball there.
Plus, just look at his last 10 games. He's been a difference maker for his team, and he's putting runs on the board. That's a great combo.
And the 0-2. Got it by him for the K.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. There's the strike at the knees. Strider, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a changeup. And there's a foul ball. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Now 2 out.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
In now for the Reds, Will Benson. In there, and it's 0-1.
It's 0-1.
And ball 1. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's back there. Banks off the wall, and he's got a double.
Everything came together for him. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
And in scoring position with 2 away. Now batting Jeimer Candelario. Smoked into left, base hit. Now a long throw home. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. Reds leave 1. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Back here at Great American Ballpark, here's the catcher, Austin Wells. And a foul ball. Oh, 1 now. Good eye in that spot. Next offering is down low.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's downstairs and outside. Got him looking, and he did not like the call.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Oswaldo Cabrera, batting with 1 down, takes the strike. And now it's even up.
1-1.
And it skips in the dirt. That misses the zone. 3-1. Top of the 3rd, no score. Fouls 1 away, and now 3-2. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. Struck out swinging his first time. Strike 1. Lindor, 31 years old, and he was selected for the All-Star game last year. And that one upstairs. Next pitch is outside.
Ball.
Just missed. Cabrera leads off first with 1 away. Fastball for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Benson in position. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman,
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Flied out his first time. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. The Yanks leave 1, and we're still knotted at 0. And we're back. And now the center fielder, Rhys Hines.
The center fielder,
Strider back to work. To the right side, Guerrero. Steps on first for the out.
Batting 9, the catcher, Danny Jansen.
Now it's Jansen to hit.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The line to kick the pitch. That one fouled off. Swings through it for the K. Some high cheese for strike 3.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away.
0-1.
Did a nice job right there.
The pitch. Out there to center. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. On to the 4th, still scoreless. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the top of the 4th. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Brett Myers. That catches the top part of the zone, and it's 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
And it's into the gap. Throws to second, and that's a leadoff double.
I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double. Now let's see if they can put up the first run of the game.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. He's 0 for 1. Vlad swings, drives one deep left field. And that one hops the wall. The run comes across, and the Yankees score first. It's 1-0. Not in time. He's got a double.
There he is coming through with a knock right there. I like the fact that he can pick him up and put him down a little bit. First basemen aren't known for the speed, but see him get that extra base hit there. Now he's in scoring position.
Here comes Cody Bellinger. Went down on strikes his first time through. Fouled off. He was late.
You know, these Yankees doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. No outs. Runner on second. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Vladdy coming around third. The throw in. He's safe.
He's safe.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
It's Aaron Judge now.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
Judge rips that one. And that gets down into the gap. The run comes in to score from second. It's 3-zip. And Aaron Judge cruising into second. He's got a double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Jason Dominguez digs in now. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Ball 1 low.
1-0.
And a foul ball.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Into the outfield, base hit. Judge coming home. He scores, and they lead by 4.
Picks himself up at RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
The next offering misses, and that's ball 2. Dominguez gets his lead at first, nobody out. Next pitch is outside.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And that is ball 4, and the Yankees are in business.
Base knock, and now a free pass. This has the makings of a big inning if they can get a couple more quality at bats.
And here comes David Bell as he's ready to make the change and go to his bullpen. Nick Lodolo is done, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound. New pitcher for the Reds, Andrew Abbott.
Number 41.
And one thing on him,
Andrew.
He's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Oswaldo Cabrera stepping in now for the Yankees. Walked his first time. Missed with a changeup. 1-0. 4 runs already in the frame. Top half of inning number 4. Next pitch way upstairs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. The pitch. popped up. Under it. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one away.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So the batting order turns over. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. The shortstop takes the ball.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around third. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in. It's 5-0.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And that's off the inside edge. Ball one. Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. Snap throw to first.
No,
Lindor back easily. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Caught him looking for the K. Brett Myers stepping in now for the Yankees. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. Step off throw to first. Lindor back in standing. Just missed.
1-0 count. Look for him to be aggressive here. You got some runners on base, an opportunity to catch a mistake and put some runs up on the board.
And another ball.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's 6-0. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
First and second, 2 down. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that one fouled off. First and second, 2 down. The pitch. And down on strikes he goes. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So a great inning there as they bat around to score 6 times to open up the lead. And midway in the 4th, Yankees 6 and the Reds nothing. Back here in Cincinnati, down the number 2 hitter, Michael Conforto. As he turns on the rubber and with that good live arm delivers.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
That's a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
He's been swinging it really well lately. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
De La Cruz now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
Well, these Reds, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Here's a 1-1. Wouldn't chase that time. Fouled off left side. The Yankees up big in this one. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. And another ball. The pitch. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but Wynn just absolutely killed it.
And up to hit now is Wilson Contreras. Struck out swinging his first time.
Contreras.
Right through there for a strike.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Man at first, Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Conforto off of first with 2 away.
Ball outside.
That's outside. And the count even 1-1. Two outs. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. So 1 left for Cincinnati. They still find themselves down 6-0. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the center fielder, Cody Bellinger. The wind of the pitch. That one is absolutely belted. Hines going back. Just missed it.
He was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Here comes Aaron Judge. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Clips the corner, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Lifted in the air, right field. Judge out on the play, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, designated hitter, Jason.
2 outs, base is empty.
Dominguez.
Next is the designated hitter, Jason Dominguez. They say it went.
0-1.
And he pumps it a strike.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Strike 3. Got him looking on the changeup. So the Yanks go in order, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here is Will Benson.
Will.
The right-hander back to work. On the ground to third. And it gets by him.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Candelario takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
Well, these Reds just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Runner at first with no outs here. To short, could be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
Got what he was looking for on the mound right there, and his infielders took care of business. Pretty textbook execution between short and second to turn that into 2 outs.
And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Rhys Hines. Swings through that one. 0-1.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And a pitch. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And we're back. Start of the 6th. John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Austin Wells. Abbott back to work. That one's in there. That's strike 1.
You know, these Yankees showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The numbers say they've only chased at pitches outside the zone a little more than 10% of the time, which is excellent.
That's in there, and it's 1-2.
So those numbers I just mentioned tell me they've been really smart at the plate. They're feasting on the healthy stuff and avoiding the junk. Kind of sounds like your diet, Booth.
The pitch. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Swinging a foul straight back. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
0-2.
Just off the inside edge.
It's a good take.
Next pitch is outside.
2-2.
He goes down looking.
No, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. And now it's Frankie Lindor. There's a swing and a drive. This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second, and he'll pull into second with 2 gone. Now he launches a throw over his head.
The batter, number 13.
Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. will hit next. Hit on the ground to Candelario. Sends it to first. 3rd out. That ends the frame. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. Yankees 6 and the Reds nothing. Back here at Great American Ballpark, bottom of the 6th inning. Danny Jansen to hit here. And a pitch. Ground ball left side. And that's just foul. Jansen, in his 8th season, 29 years old, he joined the team as a free agent. Next pitch is downstairs.
1-1.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Fires over to Guerrero. And a couple of quick outs.
Michael.
2 outs, base is empty. Next for Cincinnati, Michael Conforto. 1 for 2. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at bat.
Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Got it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Reds go down quietly. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the left fielder, Brett Myers. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive, because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Gets the call. 2-2. That one just misses.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
The punch out there. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
Now batting,
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. 1 for 3. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. The Yanks up big in this one. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That one finds the zone. 0-2 now.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at bat, if he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Hines makes the play. 2 away.
the center fielder, number 35.
Bellinger up to hit.
Bellinger.
That one's in there, 0-1. And downstairs. And a 1-1. Fastball for a strike.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
Next pitch is outside.
2-2.
And now the lefty. And down on strikes. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Yanks held in check. They lead it though 6-0. Bottom of the inning. And now the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
The shortstop, Ellie.
The wind of the pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
Hitting is all about anticipation, and right now this lineup is struggling with it. Their swings are mistimed, and it's produced a few ugly cuts here and there.
Looked like it was a little bit up.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Righty to the plate. Missed inside with the curve. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row, because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. You might see 3 sliders in a row, but right there he was feeling that curveball and figured he could finish with that pitch.
Contreras in the box again, takes a strike. That one's in there, and the count is 0-2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And a pitch.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now bat, the designated hitter.
And now the designated hitter for the Reds, Spencer Steer. First pitch just misses. Contreras stands at first with 1 out. And now 2-0.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And there's a ball.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And that catches the low inside corner. Good fastball. Kicks and deals. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Nabs it, and there's 2 away.
The right fielder, number 30, Will.
In now for the Reds, Will Benson. Swings and misses. 0-1.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
The Reds with a lot of ground to make up here at the bottom of the 7th. He swung over top of the curveball. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Carl Edwards Jr.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a while, coming on here after 5 days rest, so he should be rested, but we'll see if he has any rust to shake off.
Aaron Judge.
Judge leading things off and takes a strike. Not close with that one. And 1-1. And the right-hander deals.
That's a ball.
And that one is lifted in the air. And it drops in. So a runner aboard to start the inning. So now the DH spot, Jason Dominguez. Foul ball. The 0-1. Gets the outside corner with that one. The Cincinnati bullpen has some movement. Sam Moll up and throwing. Antone also throwing. And here it comes. Inside, just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The Yankees up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. And down on strikes he goes. 1 out.
The catcher,
and here's the catcher, Austin Wells. A strikeout and a walk. He swings and fouls one off. The 0-1 fought off foul. Here comes a pitch.
Good
Struck
streak.
him out looking.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the third time right there. He just hasn't
Up next
looked
for the
very
Yankees,
comfortable at the plate.
the third baseman,
A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
Man at first. And up next for New York, Oswaldo Cabrera. And that one's a little bit low. Ball one. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. He doesn't have a play, and they can't get the out.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. You see a ball come off the bat like that, you know it was pretty much a perfect swing. And for me, I start wondering, and I'm looking on the computer, what was the exit velocity? This time 106.
Now it's going to be Francisco Lindor. And a base hit. Here comes the judge around third. The throw in, and he's in safely at third as a run scores.
The batter, number 13.
There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
So they're at the corners now. Jazz Chisholm Jr. getting ready to hit. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And another ball.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Next offering in there for a strike. Now 2-1. Two on, 2 outs. On the ground, right side. Contreras takes it to the bag. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across one. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Yankees 7 and the Reds nothing. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Here's the third baseman, Jeimer Candelario. The line to kick the pitch. Strider still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point he wants to finish what he started.
0-2.
And now 1-2. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
Rhys Hines, the next to hit for the Reds. And that's in for a strike. That's to third. Cabrera. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, catcher, Danny.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to him. Danny Jansen. Hard hit to third. Tosses across to first. And the Reds go 1-2-3. 8 innings, 8 zeros as the shutout continues here. It's the Yankees 7 and the Reds nothing. New pitcher on now, T.J. Antone.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Sliced hard but foul. Righty delivers. And there's a foul ball. Got him. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Oh, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Vladdy, the next to hit, takes ball one. Base is empty, one away here at the top of the ninth. Next offering is outside. That clips the corner. And now it's filled up.
Full count.
Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. One down, base is empty. And that's ball four. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at-bat.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
And a foul ball. Antone, the tall righty, 31 years old, and he was a fifth-round pick back in 2014.
That's the ball.
Next pitch misses, and the count is 1-1. Guerrero at first, one gone. Wouldn't chase that time. At the belt and fires. Swung on, belted. Conforto going back. Back, gone. He'll circle the bases. Home run number 5 on the season. It's 9-0.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
One out, base is empty. Aaron Judge now at the plate. First offering, and it just misses. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. And Joe McDonald says he went around. Still only one out here in the inning. And that's in the dirt.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Ripped on the ground to second. Whips it to first. Judge out on the play.
Now batting,
Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
2 runs across in the inning. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. Oh, great grab on the dive. Throws from his knees. And very nicely done for the out.
Making it look easy at the keystone position. Definitely worth another look. He'll get some high fives when he gets into the dugout.
Back here in Cincinnati. So bottom of the 9th. Now here's the Reds leadoff man, Matt McClain. Strider back to work. Rip towards third. Fires over to Guerrero. 1 up, 1 down.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
He's 2 outs away. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Michael Conforto. Right down the chute, and it's 0-1.
goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Bellinger in a full sprint. Long run, nice grab. And there's 2 away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
De La Cruz stands in now and watches strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. And that drops in for a strike.
Man, he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today. But he had total command of this game, and he saw it all the way through to the end. Nice win.
9-0 your final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Yankees, 9 runs.